Hey, Max Special people, we're here with Coach Nick. Thank you for giving me your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right, man. I know you're very busy. You've probably been up since the crack of dawn this morning training people, so thank you for your time.
Well, I always make time for guys like you. You're trying to spread a good message out there, and I'm here to help people. So
thank you so much. Real quick, the name Performance University. Let's walk me through and how you came up with that name, because it's a very unique name.
Sure.
And we'll go from there.
Well, I wanted something different that wasn't necessarily with the typical fitness or core or muscle on there, because sometimes if you say muscle, it might represent one thing or the other. Like I said, sometimes somebody might think muscle, they might think bodybuilding or something like that. So I wanted something that was universal. So I like the word performance. Performance kind of went all spectrums: athletes, physique, fitness. And then I like the word university because university represents education, and not only am I an educator of the human body, hence the clients that I train, but I also blessed with working with trainers. I put myself in a position where we provide CECs for trainers and whatnot and speak at the conferences around the world. So university represents that education. So now we have, Performance University is helping the human body perform better, it's helping trainers perform better as trainers, and it's helping trainers understand how to make their clients perform better, and it's all education based, so that hence the Performance University.
And speaking about performance, you have clients anywhere from figure models to professional fighters to elderly people, senior citizens. Yep. Talk to me about the people in their 80s that train with you, and they train twice a week, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I'm very blessed with having a very wide array of clients. I know there's a lot of trainers and coaches out there that tend to, have a niche, like let's say a football or combine or MMA or whatnot. And I definitely have some specialties. I definitely really think that we do really well with the physique sports and the mixed martial arts sports as well. But I've been blessed with having a nice balance. I have some groups of seniors, actually 4 couples, so husband and wife, 8 people, that have been coming in religiously for about, I would say, give or take 7.5 years. And they are my most dedicated clients. They're all in their 80s or so, and we've got knee replacements, shoulder replacements, hip surgeries. We've of course got all kinds of medications thrown in there, and they are my most dedicated clients. They definitely don't realize how much of an inspiration they are to me. And what's really neat about what they give me is if I see something that's going to work, that works for them, and it's easy on their joints, and I see results, then all I got to do is make it a little heavier and a little faster, and I know it's going to work for my athletes. So they train in here just like athletes. Everything they do is just a little slower and a little lighter.
Okay. Now I know we said figures. I know figure competitors. I know 2 of them. I know I met Kate. I met her, I believe, last year when she was just had her baby, and 2 months, and then she won we do once a year at Max Muscle, we do a fundraiser for autism with Victor Martinez. We call it the Victor Martinez Fight for Autism, and she actually won that 2 months after she had a child, and she was flipping a tire.
It doesn't surprise me.
Tremendously. And then this year, I believe a year and a half, she just got a pro card and she competed at the Olympia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, well, the Arnold. No, she's
Arnold,
had a pro card. Yeah, this is actually, Kate's had 2 kids, okay. And I started training her before she got pregnant. She actually was doing her, I think it was her 2nd fitness show where you had to do the routine and whatnot, and then she got into figure, got her pro card before she, actually after she got pregnant with her first kid, if I remember correctly. Kate, I hope I'm not wrong on that one. And then she just did her first show back from her 2nd pregnancy, which was at the Arnold, and she got top 10 there at the Arnold in her class, so I think everybody was very happy with that. So it was a good showing. So now we're putting a little more muscle on her, and she's working her tail off for an upcoming show, and then I think she's going to take a break for a little bit. So
it's good to hear. So there's no excuse. If you have a baby, you could come right back and then just go into a show like the Arnold. There's no excuse. So you've worked with postpartum.
Postpartum, yeah, and I wouldn't say that's my specialty by any stretch. I actually have a very good friend named Eileen Bergelson. Eileen, it's a little shout out to you in New York. She has a company called Life Moves, and that's what she specializes in. So I've actually watched some of her DVDs and things and got some information from her. But it's when you work with someone as athletic and which has the training age, which I mean how many times that Kate's been under the bar, as what your training age means, not how physically old she is. It changes things a little bit. So obviously she's going to be much stronger, and we're going to be able to get away with things during her pregnancy, pre and post, that might not be with someone who's just coming in to get fit prior to having a child.
Now the second one is Jacqueline Golf. I met Jackie about 2 years when I first moved up here from Miami. A great girl. I've never seen a girl work so hard and so dedicated to her fitness career.
Yeah, well, dedicated to her flower career.
That's correct.
Well, yeah, she's got the heart and mind of a champion, absolutely. So, yeah, Jackie, I'm lucky enough to just start recently working with her. It's been a few months now. Jackie did 3 shows completely on her own. Had no coach. I think she had to coach her first show, helping her out. But after that, she did all her nutrition, just being dedicated and reading her tail off. So while she was cultivating her floral design career, she was cultivating herself as a figure competitor. Did quite well, made a few second place finishes. So now it's time for her to take it to another level. So we're kind of deciding on a future show for her, and she's actually just sent me some progress pictures. She's been doing quite well. So yeah, she's definitely an inspiration. Absolutely, mind and body.
She trains hard. I see her posting on Facebook. She's up at 5:30 a.m. On her treadmill, cardio on an empty stomach. I don't know if she still does that. I've seen the post a couple of times. So Jackie, you do a great job, and I just wanted to throw that in there. Ryan Mackin, talk to me about him.
Oh, my hero. Ryan is a pro fighter. He's 3-0 in pro, or actually he's 2-0 in pro. He's going for his 3-0 at Shogun Fights this weekend. It's the 30th, if I remember correctly. John Rollo's fight here in Baltimore. It's like our little Baltimore UFC, and it's certainly not little. Mackin is probably one of the most dedicated and hardest working fighters. If you're an MMA fighter, especially at the pro levels, you are absolutely hardworking. No, not taking anything away from anyone. But extremely consistent, coming in on a regular basis, going up to Philadelphia to train with Rob Shire, who trains a lot of UFC fighters, and just doing everything it takes to continue to elevate his game. And I understand that. It's the same that heart and passion that Jackie has for being a floral designer and being a figure competitor. It's non-stop, you know. And before I'm a teacher, I'm a student. I'm reading blogs, I'm watching DVDs, I'm reading articles. I'm always trying to go ahead, and there's nobody's going to catch me from behind. And that's what I see in Jackie, and that's what I see in Ryan. They're always putting time in. They're not satisfied. They're satisfied with where they are, but they're always trying to see where they can build.
So, where they could take it to the next level. That's funny you say that. I had a coach who always told me, watch the movie Rocky 3. And I said, why the movie Rocky 3? Doesn't Mickey die in that movie? And he said, yes. And you know why that's a great movie? He goes, because in life or in business or in sports, Rocky got complacent. He was a champion. He beat Apollo. He was finding some bumps. Yeah. He got complacent. What happened? Clubber Lang came and beat him down, so he had to work extra hard. But Rocky 3 has always told me, even anything that I do, that I always have to be working and thinking, what's my next move to make myself better? Because if not, your opponent or your competitor will do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's some people don't understand that. They think that they mistake not being satisfied with having drive and continuing to see how much better that you can be. And in order to excel at anything, I would certainly not, you would not know who I was if I didn't continue to get better, and that's what I do every day.
I actually heard of Nick from looking at the Facebook videos, and I was very impressed with your video. That's when I contacted you. You were speaking about your training methods and the way different people train people, and you were saying how you don't believe you take the goods from everything and you put it together towards that person's goal. A lot of trainers want to shove, this is just an example, a lot of trainers want to shove down bodybuilding training down someone's throat when their client doesn't want to be a bodybuilder. They don't want to be trained like a bodybuilder. And that's what really, I was very, very impressed by the comments you made.
Well, I appreciate that, and really this is one of the things I say when I teach workshops to other trainers. I say most of us, even though we call ourselves trainers, we are not personal trainers. We actually train towards our bias. You know, the Pilates instructor doesn't really give a private, a personalized program. They give a private Pilates program. Nothing wrong with Pilates. The bodybuilder gives a private bodybuilding lesson because that's what he or she believes is best. The power lifter just thinks you need to pick up a bunch of heavy stuff and it's all about strength. We all basically train toward our bias. That's just in life. So as a trainer, I had to kind of step back from that. I had my own personal bias and whatnot, and I realized, and I went, wait a minute now. You know, there's more to this. When somebody brings their body into my hands and they're willing to pay me, I need to give them a higher value than just, like you said, giving them a cookie cutter program or making them fit, somehow trying to fit them into my system. So I realized it's time for me to pull back and truly listen to what that client is asking me for. And once they tell me, okay, Nick, this is what I want, now it's up to me to take the principles of what I know, of what makes the body stronger or faster or jump higher or leaner or whatever. And then once I establish what principles I need to use, then the methods are opened up. So for instance, if you tell me, Nick, I want to lose fat, then right now I know that maybe we first need to get that diet situated. I know maybe things that are more like circuit training and complex training and interval training and things like that are going to be primarily what we need to focus on. So now I need to become a circuit slash high intensity interval training slash complex lift, maybe throw some kettlebell complexes in there type of guy or type of trainer. If you come into me and say, Nick, you know, I've always been kind of a thin guy, I got this pretty fast metabolism, I'm the guy who can just eat cake and cookies and I still got the six-pack, I just cannot put on any muscle. You know, my goal is to gain 10 pounds of muscle, and this summer I really want to look a little more jacked up. Then I just realized, okay, we want hypertrophy, muscle size. So now I got to look at, well, that's the principle, what do I need to follow? Bodybuilding. So now I got to become the bodybuilding coach. So it's really about what you're requesting and what you want and what you need. Sometimes it's a little combination of both. So that's where I feel like the personal training world, I think us trainers are more concerned with what we're doing and what the other trainers doing, and sometimes we don't actually listen to what our clients are asking us, and we're putting our personal bias in the way of what our client is really saying.
So I got a real quick, so if there's any trainers out there who would like to get a hold of you so they can learn, because you have a lot to teach, you have a lot to offer, how can they get a hold of you, your website, what's the best way?
Best way is through the website, nicktumminello.com. It's NickTumminello.com. I have a free blog there. I'm always posting lots of videos. I'm a trainer. I'm a movement guy. I'm all about showing you movements. I'm not going to sit here and just write articles. You can get those in the magazines I write for and whatnot. My website, you'll see tons of videos. You'll see us in action. You'll see real clients doing the real exercises that we do here every day.
So there you got it. Nick, thank you for your time.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
It was a great learning experience for me. I am definitely going to be on that blog. I definitely want to make two announcements before. One is Shogun fights this Saturday, the 30th. Max Muscle Columbia's got tickets. Anybody who buys a ticket will receive a free CLA Green Tea Fat Burner. And then I also want to mention that I would like to go to that thing in Kansas City you're talking about.
The Fitness Summit.
Correct.
Yeah. Man, the dates are escaping me right now. Well, you want to put the website? You want to maybe do a link?
Okay, I'll put a link.
I know it's in May, and I want to say it's the 13th through the 16th, but this is the end of the day here, guys, so I'm sorry, the dates are escaping me right now. But it's mid-May. It's one of the most fun conferences. I would call it a mini conference. Everybody goes out later. We all go to go out and have dinner. We have a few drinks together. It's a really private, fun, exclusive experience. So it's something I highly recommend if you're looking to learn and have fun and get to know some of your favorite speakers. We got Lou Schuler who's going to be there. Lou has written, I would say, 10+ books. If you've read a fitness book or a bodybuilding book, I promise you probably have at least read one by Lou Schuler, The New Rules of Lifting, that whole series. New Rules of Abs, he wrote that. My friend Bill Sodemaker, who I call Mr. International, he travels all over the world presenting on fitness. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet and one of the smartest guys you'll ever meet. He's presenting there. We have Alan Aragon. He's like the men's health nutritional consultant. He is just funny as can be and super smart. You'll learn from every word that comes out of that guy's mouth. We have Julie Keene, who I personally have never seen speak. I've heard great things. She's a physical therapist. She's going to talk about injury prevention and whatnot. So you got a good mix of folks, and it's just going to be a good time. All right.
And then I just missed your mentor, JC Santana, who I've been following for years, reading all the different MMA magazines that he's written articles. On the mat, grappling. I remember the old school grappling. I don't even think they're around anymore. They switched the name.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I ever saw him, and I'm definitely going to try to go next time he has an MMA seminar.
Yeah.
You shoot me that when it happens, and I will definitely put that up there. And then as much whoever wants to learn, I'm telling you, contact Coach Nick. Tremendous amount of knowledge, and I'm not sugarcoating or kissing anybody's butt, but you deserve the credit, man. thank you for taking your time, and I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it, and back at you, my man, because I had never met Juan before this. He just contacted me and said he was interested in doing an interview, and we were talking for a little while the cameras were getting set up and whatnot, and I can tell when someone's very genuine in doing this because they love it, and
right.
you know, this guy is the real deal. So these are the type of people that I'm happy to support, so I'm sure you'll see more with he and I working together.
That's right. Thank you.